Out of all the giant monsters that's appeared in the Monsterverse, only a few of them were previously Toho original ones, like Godzilla, Mothra, Rodan, King Ghidorah, Mechagodzilla, and possibly Anguirus. There's been many monsters that fans have been wanting to be introduced into the Monsterverse, like Biolante, Destroya, Gigan, and even other lesser known monsters like Baragon and King Caesar. When it comes to the Titans, most of them are usually a fish like creature, an arthropod, or a reptilian, very few mammals. In fact, that's why the Titan known as Behemoth exists, since they wanted to have another mammal Titan like Kong. And another kaiju that I think would fit well in the Monsterverse as his own Titan and fitting into the mammal category is King Caesar. A lot of people have said that King Caesar wouldn't really fit in the Monsterverse, as some would say that the Monsterverse has a more imaginative realism added to it or something, like the radioactive energy found in the Hollow Earth, which is apparently why the Titans are able to grow so large with no side effects, and the Hollow Earth itself, which is where all the Titans originated from. I could see the imaginative realism, at least they're explaining a reason as to why these animals can grow so large, and King Caesar is usually thought to be a more mystical kaiju than others like Godzilla and King Ghidorah being more science fiction based, since Godzilla is a mutant and King Ghidorah is an alien, and in most incarnations of King Caesar, instead of an organic creature, he's actually more like a golem. In the Showa era, for Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, there was an anatomy drawing of King Caesar, which showed that he was artificial, with bones made of gold, brick-like reinforcements, and an energy crystal as a power source. In Godzilla Rules of Earth, he was a monster whose sole purpose was to protect the civilization that is now residing on Infant Island from other monsters. But in his fight with Megalon, much of the environment that they were previously on were destroyed, resulting in Mothra needing to rescue the survivors to bring them to Infant Island. So either way, whether he's organic or not, he's still a monster, and I've seen people say that because he has a more mystical element to him, because he's supposed to be a defender of a royal family, he has no place in the Monsterverse. Honestly, I think he's a perfect match for the Monsterverse. King Caesar is different from other kaiju throughout the franchise. Whereas most of them acted like regular animals, others as conquerors, others that just lived in solitude, like Mothra, he was a defender. His sole purpose was defending the royal Azumi family and Okinawa. Long ago when he appeared, he helped the Okinawans ward off invaders from the mainland. In Rules of Earth, he had fought off Megalon to protect the Ryukyu kingdom, until a Cryok ship destroyed a cliff, and both King Caesar and Megalon were trapped under it for centuries. In the Monsterverse, they would explain the behaviors of the Titans similar to wild animals, like how King Ghidorah invading Earth was just like an invasive species reaching another ecosystem to become the alpha, and the relationship Godzilla and Mothra had was symbiotic, similar to how animals of two different species would form a symbiotic relationship. Yet we know that the Titans can have a higher intelligence than others, such as the fact that Mothra herself was seen as a benevolent creature and a natural protector. And that's King Caesar's whole thing, protection. Now, what about King Caesar's body? If he's a golem, surely they'd have to stick with his main origins, right? Though there could still be a chance to explain him if he's organic. But I believe that he can still work if he's a golem because of one other Titan, Mechagodzilla. Both King Caesar and Mechagodzilla really are very similar. They're artificial beings powered by a fuel source with different means. King Caesar's is more mystical, while Godzilla's is made from alien technology, and in the Monsterverse he's made by Apex, and using King Ghidorah's third head, Kevin's skull, along with a Neuralink with Ren Sarazawa, and using the Hollow Earth's energy to fuel it. There's also the fact that King Caesar needs to be awakened through the statue of Ashisa, and the ancient song that needs to be sung by a member of the royal Azumi family, such as Nami Kugenami, the last member of the family. So how can King Caesar fit into the Monsterverse? You just have to tweak a few things to make him fit. Starting with the construction of King Caesar and his connection to the Azumi family, let's look at the indigenous people of Skull Island and Hollow Earth, the Iwi. The Iwi revered Kong as a god and a protector, along with Kong's species while they were in the Hollow Earth. The Iwi then migrated to Skull Island with some of the surviving members of Kong's species after the war broke out between the species of both Godzilla and Kong. So there's a chance that they might know of some of the properties that the Hollow Earth possesses, such as a powerful energy source. What if, maybe a couple hundred years to around 1,000 years ago, members of the Izumi family needed a protector? And what if they were able to somehow learn of the Hollow Earth's elements? Being able to maybe find elements and metals similar to King Caesar's bones made of gold, his brick like skin, and his prism eyes. King Caesar's prism eyes are very special in that they can harness the energy shot at them and redirect the energy 10 times the power. So if Mechagodzilla shot his laser at King Caesar, he can shoot it right back 10 times as powerful. So there's one problem solved: constructing King Caesar's body with elements from the Hollow Earth. The Izumi family can learn about the Hollow Earth all those years ago and be able to construct a powerful golem's body and use the Hollow Earth energy as a power source, along with some sort of Hollow Earth crystal as King Caesar's eyes. But what about him gaining sentience? It's at this point where there'd be no choice but to have him organic to some extent. Mechagodzilla gained sentience because of Kevin being able to break free of Apex's control. Kevin's conscience was still alive enough to control the body. When it comes to a golem who supposedly doesn't have a brain, you can't find a reason to give him a conscience without turning to the more mystical side of things. In a universe that's supposed to be more scientific, it'd be pretty weird to just explain it as, oh, the Hollow Earth energy gave this giant statue a conscience and leave it at that. There'd have to be some sort of brain in there, or a sort of vessel, like Kevin's brain was to Mechagodzilla. You can also have a pre-existing Titan. We already know that Titans can have specific roles, like Mothra's specific role being a protector and Godzilla's being about balance. What if there was a pre-existing King Caesar who was possibly injured by another Titan in an attempt to defend the Izumi family, and with the hypothetical knowledge of the Hollow Earth elements, put the Titan's body inside of the golem, merging the brain with the body through Hollow Earth energy, like how they did with Mechagodzilla. Yeah, Mechagodzilla was simply fueled by Hollow Earth energy, and Kevin was able to control the body because his mind was connected to the body. But if King Caesar's hypothetical body is purely made of Hollow Earth elements, then it could possibly work. Now that we have that out of the way, what about the awakening? The statue of the Shisa needed to be used in the ancient song that's sung by the Izumi family. I would use the Alpha Calls. An alpha call is a specialized roar in the Monsterverse that all Titans can hear and can have certain effects on Titans. They can put other Titans to sleep, make them aggressive, remind them of the alpha, etc. King Ghidorah used a call to alert the other Titans, causing them to become aggressive, and Titans like Kong just straight up ignored it. Since an alpha call could be used to manipulate a Titan, what about awakening one? Something similar happened with the Mothra larva. King Ghidorah's call awakened her from her cocoon, and we know that calls can be used to alert Titans as well, and the fact that music and sound in general is just vibrations, meaning you can have some sort of royal ancient song combined with some sort of call to awaken this hypothetical version of King Caesar. So I guess if King Caesar were to be introduced into the Monsterverse, and we're trying to keep him similar to his other incarnations, while also trying to translate him into the lore of the Monsterverse, a pre-existing Titan similar to him that was the protector of a group of people would then need to have its body, or at least brain, transplanted into a golem created by Hollow Earth elements and merged with Hollow Earth energy, and needing to use a call of some sort to activate it to protect people. Yeah, this is a lot of hypotheticals, but this is as close as I can come up with without resorting to him just being a fully organic Titan, since he isn't organic in the first place. This is simply my version of it and how I'd possibly try to fit him into the Monsterverse if I had the chance. I'm hoping that he might have a chance in the Monsterverse, at least even a little cameo, like Anguirus' skeleton. Or hopefully the skeleton of another member of the same species of Anguirus, because it'd really suck if that was Anguirus. I'm really hoping that Varan and Baragon too get some love, since they were my favorites as a kid. Thanks for watching. Tell me what you think in the comments. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I got links to my socials in the description. Join my Patreon. Tell me what you want to see next. Please be kind to yourselves and each other. Thanks for watching.